Hi, this is Kim Brownlee, author of Avonville Bluffs, bringing you Beyond the Bluff. And tonight we're going to tell some ghost stories. So there was another house that I lived in San Diego that was supposedly haunted. When we moved in, we were told that there was a child that had died there, and that there was, his spirit lived in the house. And I was like, okay, because the people were.
What was that?
Okay, you remember this story. I know you remember this.
What house was it?
Her little dog Oliver was there.
Was it a national city?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, in San Diego. And by this time we had moved out, Kobe was still very young, like maybe 7, 8 months old. There was a toy that we had that had like a duck, a bunny, a cat, and a dog, and they would go, quack, meow, arf, and I think the bunny went boing boing or something. Mm-hmm. And it would make the noise when you would tap each of their little heads. And it was sitting in the middle of the floor, and it was in the middle of the night, and this thing started playing by itself. It'd go arf, arf, and then play a little song. And I looked around, and I was like, everybody's in bed. Mm-hmm. It's just Kobe and me. My daughter's in the other room sleeping. Maybe the dog did it. So I got up and looked for Oliver, and he wasn't there. Mm-hmm. And so I went over to my daughter's door, and I peeked in, and Oliver was sound asleep in there. So I closed the door, and I came back, and it started playing again. And I turned around, and I looked at it, and I thought, I feel so stupid, but I'm going to say this anyway. It's the middle of the night, and I'm trying to sleep, and I have to go to work in the morning. Could you please stop playing with that right now? And it stopped playing. I was like, thank you. I turned my way to bed, I closed the door. I was like, okay. But yeah, we hated that toy.
Yeah.
But whatever it was, if there was something in there, then it was a very polite ghost. And when I asked him to stop making noise in the middle of the night, he did. So maybe you can just ask your friend to stop making noise so you can get some sleep.
Okay. Well, 2 nights ago, I woke up not really scared, but kind of surprised to hear some noises in the living room. So I always lock my bedroom door. I lock it, and I hear noises in the living room. I'm there by myself, and again, 2 o'clock in the morning, thereabouts. I wake up to hear noises in the living room, and I thought, okay, well, maybe the neighbors are outside or whatever. I get in, and the TV's on. And I turned on the TV? Turned on the TV because I got home late that night, and I hadn't even turned on the TV. I went straight to bed.
What was he watching?
It was just on like the cable screen.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, yeah.
So they hadn't changed the channel.
Right.
He was trying to figure out what to watch.
Yeah. Yeah. So
she's gonna hit me.
No, and I wasn't afraid. I was annoyed that it's like, really 2 o'clock in the morning. Now I'm not gonna be able to go like, and I hate
turn that thing off.
You have all day alone, and then you watch TV during the day.
You have to do this when I come home.
The nerve, right?
Now, I did have something that was truly frightening, and it was years ago in Ohio, and we lived in an old house. There were a couple things that happened. One, I was probably 17, maybe 18 years old, and I walked up the stairs. It was nighttime. Everybody else was pretty much downstairs. I was going up to my room, got up to the landing, and then when I started to go up the other 7 steps, I glanced up, and I saw this dark figure moving across the hallway out of my bedroom into my parents' bedroom. And that one was definitely, I could feel something truly evil and terrifying. Mm-hmm. And I froze because I didn't know. I was terrified, thinking if I don't move, it won't see me. And it knew I was there. It was just messing with me because I think that's what they like to do. But I was terrified, and as soon as it got out of my sight, I don't know what I would have done if it would have turned its head and looked at me. I might have just passed out right there. I don't know. I was just glad that it did not turn and look at me. And when it was out of my sight, I turned around and ran back downstairs, but I was terrified to tell my mom about it because I thought she'd tell me I was nuts or imagining it. And then years later, because my mom was a very religious person, and I just thought she'd tell me, I was, crazy or something. And but she said, "Yeah, I saw some things in that house too."
After the fact.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up, Mom.
Right. Yeah.
And then Amanda's all-time favorite story is when she was like 4 months old, and by this time, a couple years had gone by, and my parents were working out of town with the Hoffmans. They had a motorhome, a company where they would fix up the insides of luxury homes and sell them. So they would be gone quite a bit of the time. So I was sleeping in that bedroom now, and Amanda was maybe 4 months old, and she was in her crib. I was in bed, and I heard the closet door open, and my first thought was, somebody moved throughout the house, and the draft pulled the door open, suction and stuff. So I got up and closed the door, get back in bed, and it happened again.
Mm-hmm.
So by this time I'm getting annoyed, so I got up and I closed it good and tight. I tugged on it to make sure that it was latched. I get back in bed. Maybe 10 minutes goes by, and almost fallen asleep, and I hear the doorknob turn, and it popped open. And by this time, I'm terrified because I'm thinking there's somebody in my closet. So I got up, turned on the lights, and I opened the door real quick and was looking around in there, and because it was like a walk-in closet, and there was nothing in there. So I was like, that is weird. So I closed the door, turned off the lights, and get in bed. Amanda, who... She was 4 months old. She'd never said mama yet or nothing. And she was in her crib sleeping. And I hear this. Are you listening? She is pissed off when I tell the story. I hear this weird, creepy,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I flew out of the bed, and I was like, oh my God, it's killing my baby. So I turned on the lights, and I grabbed her up out of the bed, and it startled her awake, and then she started crying, and I was just like so relieved that she was okay. And I left the room. I was like, I'm not sleeping here the rest of the night. I don't think I slept in there for like a month when I didn't see anything, and you kind of forget about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I remember it now. It's 40 years ago. Yeah. I wrote all of that in. It's in the third book, Losing Faith. So that those parts are in there. So okay, so. If you have any stories like this, I would love to hear from you. You can make a video blog and reply back with it, or just make the comments below. We'd really like to hear from you. Until next time, see you beyond the bluffs. Bye.